Hello and welcome to Real Estate Tips with Uchechi, Ukachi, your real estate plug. Alright, so today we're looking at fraudulent activities in the real estate firm. Okay, well, I know everyone knows I'm an advocate for buying into real estate firms. I always say it's safest to buy into real estate firm. But today, I'm gonna be shooting at the real estate firms today. All right, there are some fraudulent activities we'll find in the real estate firms. There are some of them, and this doesn't take away the fact that we have credible real estate firms. No, we actually do have some credible real estate firms. Now, one of these fraudulent activities is issuing of fake coordinates. Now, some of these real estate firms, they get a property and maybe this property has not been duly registered, but because they're in a haste to sell off, make sales and all that, what they do is maybe they go in alliance with other real estate firms in that area, or even if it could be theirs, probably they had sold a particular property in that area but decided to buy another by it, and because of the haste in selling off, they'll give the coordinates of a property close by. You understand? And when they give you the coordinates, you go to chat. You realize that you would have every title, everything in that area would be accrued to that coordinates that you were given, and you would believe that the land has been duly registered. Okay, it appears genuine. It will just appear genuine. Right, so that's why we advise that whenever you're going to buy into a real estate, you're going to buy any property, especially the land, what you do is go with your own surveyor. All right, go with your own surveyor, an experienced surveyor, and experienced property lawyer as well. So you take the coordinates of the property you're buying yourself and you go to the Ministry of Lands to chart. Yes, this is quite advisable. That's to make sure that the property you're getting is genuine. All right. Now, this is one. Okay. Now, another thing is when you're told that document is in view. What do they mean? Document is in view, registration is in view, ratification is in view, one of the all these, you know, well, it could be true. Some real estate firms could actually be telling you the truth, by telling you that these things, we are doing these things, and we are in the process, and we're going to finish up the process. This could be true, but the thing is, there are some times that when you buy into these companies, when you buy into these properties, and if they are the real estate companies are fortunate enough, to sell off the property, they might lose interest in pursuing the process of due registration of that property, or due whatever application, whatever they are applying for to get C of O, whatever it is they are applying for. They could lose interest, and then you realize that at the long run, it is you, the client, that has bought into that um estate, that would be the one to bear the burden of finishing up the registration or whatever it is they were trying to do. You understand? And in future, government might want to say, okay, we're compensating this thing, but if there are some documents that will be required of you. I realize that when those documents are required, you'll be the one to run up to process these documents, because the real estate firms have let it go because they were able to sell off on time. Okay, so now this is something you should also take notes of. All right, sorry, let me work on my screen. Okay, all right, so another thing you should also take note of is allocation. When you buy into a property and you're not duly allocated, please, physical allocation is very, very important. All right, so when you have paid, you know that you've completed your payments, you're not owing the company, you're supposed to be allocated. you're supposed to be given your property. You need to see your property. You need to go for a physical allocation. No more paper allocation or whatever. Go for your physical allocation. Be sure that the plot that you picked, this is what um is what is yours. You understand? So please, because sometimes these companies, they keep posting you, they keep posting you. Don't worry, your plot is here for you. Don't worry, this, that, and it just continues that way. When you know that you've paid for your survey, for your survey plan, you've done every other fees and paid, you were told to pay, you have paid them, please ensure that you have a physical allocation of your property. Okay, now the next thing you should be looking at, well, this is actually mm, some people, well, payment plan. Payment plan, it favors a lot of us. When you don't have enough to pay, you begin to pay gradually. That those installment plans, they talk about 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, a year, 8 months, or 2 years. Now, if the payment plan exceeds 6 months, well, there are some credible real estate firms that would actually keep your property for you. That's the truth. There are some. But some might likely sell off your property before you finish the payment. You understand? Now imagine that you get a plot of land at, let's say, 5 million naira. And they said it's 5 million, and if you are to pay 3 months, it's 5.5. Now if you're to pay in 6 months, is 6 million, and if you're to pay in 12 months, is 7 million. Now if that property appreciates within, if you take for a year, or probably even 2 years, and that property appreciates, of course, that land appreciates quickly, especially lands that are strategically positioned and in good places. It's going to appreciate. And if it appreciates to, say, um 8 to 10 million or 12 million, my dear, there's a possibility of your plots being sold off. Yes. So you realize that by the time you're paying your one month and all that, and when you're ready to get your plot allocated to you, they might decide to take you to another project they are starting up and tell you, well, there's still other projects we're having. We'll move you down to this place. It's a very good place. And why? That's because they sold off your plots. Someone would come with instant payments, right? Someone is paying off immediately and has the 10 million. That's when the property has appreciated, and it will be sold off. You don't expect them to keep, keep the property. The truth is, this real estate companies, they have dues to pay. They have things they need to do with money. All right. So a businessman would consider, why not sell this and then give you other alternatives. But really, it's fraudulent, because they are supposed to bring you into the know. If at all they want to sell that land, they're supposed to bring you to the know, for you to know that your property is about to be sold, and this is the reason, because you lingered. But even that lingering is not, unless you have your payment is overdue. But if it's within that payment plan, they are not supposed to. But unfortunately, sometimes your property is sold off. Okay, so these are some of the things you can find, fraudulent activities you can find in real estate firms. But then, let me tell you, the advantage of buying into real estate firms is still much more than the disadvantage. Okay, of course, I almost forgot. There's the hidden charges. Some real estate firms also do these hidden charges. They don't tell you exactly the things you have to pay. Some will tell you that once you pay, it covers for everything, and it could just be in a bid to sell off. So please, when you're buying into any real estate firm, ascertain that there are no hidden charges. Read through the documentations, read through your contracts of sale, or whatever. Read through it and be sure that there are no hidden charges. Also express yourself, ask questions. Are there any hidden charges or anything? Because there are some of them that would actually, some very credible ones will actually tell you that there are charges. Okay, you pay for this, you're going to pay for the infrastructure, you're going to pay for legal fee, you're going to pay for service charge, and all the rest of them. They are open to tell you, but there are some that would not tell you about these things. They will only tell you it's your payments encompasses everything, just, and you buy, and then you realize that in the long run there are some charges. So some of these hidden charges are another fraudulent activity of the real estate firms. Okay, so, well, this doesn't mean you shouldn't buy into a real estate firm. The truth is, you need to do your due diligence. Okay, buying into a real estate firm, do your due diligence. First of all, you have to research about the real estate firm you're buying into. I've always said this: check their CSC registration, Google them. Don't be too lazy to Google. Google them, make research about these persons. Now, another thing you should do is check their past projects. Have they been able to deliver on these projects? The things they said they were going to do, were they able to do them? At least 80% of the things they had listed out to do. Be sure of this. Okay, another thing you should do is ask questions. Go to the clients, their previous clients. Be sure that they have no issues with the real estate firms. All right, and another thing is, before you sign, read through your documents. Have a good lawyer to go with you if you're not the one that has the patience to read through long things and all that. All right, so the truth is, do your due diligence. You cannot overemphasize that. Right, so, but this doesn't mean we do not have good and credible real estate firms. Right, I still advocate that you buy into real estate when getting a property. Okay, so, well, these are some of the tips for today, and I hope to bring you more tips next time. I still remain Uchechi Ukachi, your real estate plug. Thank you.